Chapter 14. I followed her down a short hallway toward the cafeteria. Her slow, shuffling gait was a perfect contrast to my racing thoughts. She used the food line to give me her life story. I didn't mind. Listening was easier than talking. I've been working at this hospital for over 40 years. At first, I was just a volunteer, helping push patients here and there. And then when I graduated from the Sisters' College, they hired me on as a full-time employee. I've been here ever since. You must enjoy it here. Some of my classmates went to faraway places to serve the Lord. One even ended up in Nepal. But I found a way to serve right here in my hometown. People in the hospital or their families are often at their lowest points. They are grieving or struggling with an illness, maybe a terminal diagnosis. God has a special place in his heart for the ill, and I'm doing my part to minister to them. When we got to the register, she used her ID badge to pay for my food as well. Margaret, you didn't need to do that. I should be the one buying your food. I checked myself and apologized for my informal speech. I'm sorry, Sister Margaret. Nonsense, dear. My name is Margaret. Don't you worry about formalities. Besides, this doesn't come out of my paycheck. The hospital lets me buy whatever I want for whomever I want. After 40 years, you get a perk or two. She rubbed her hand along her abdomen. And £1 or 12, if I'm being honest. We took a seat in the newly deserted cafeteria. My tray had at least 3 times as much food as hers. Something told me I was a mission field rather than a meal companion. Has your husband shared with you the story of his baptism? She asked. I mean, he got baptized when he was a baby. I'm sure he was too young to remember it, but his parents showed me a picture. The nun laughed and grasped my hand as she reacted to my response. No, I mean the time he baptized a patient. He beat me to it, but he had a head start since he was already in the room. I shook my head. What else had he not told me about his time in the hospital? Probably a lot. Likely a combination of not wanting to relive the tough cases and protecting me from additional grief. It's not like I needed any more. He never shared that with me. That doesn't surprise me. He keeps to himself here. Keeps his shoulder to the grindstone, so to speak. I know he's facing a difficult battle at the moment, but let me share this story. About 2 years ago, there was a young child who came into the ER. I think it was Memorial Day, maybe July 4th. She waved her hand in front of her face. It doesn't matter. Anyway, his family lived right across the street from the hospital, and the dad literally ran with him all the way to our ER. The kid was choking on a hot dog or bratwurst or something. Your husband worked on him quickly and tried so many things to open the airway, but nothing was working. I stared into her eyes, completely ignoring the chicken tender I held in my right hand. When it looked like the resuscitation would not be successful, he asked the parents whether the child had been baptized yet. In the midst of the medical crisis, he had the presence of mind to think about the soul of the child. The parents still text me from time to time with updates on how he's doing. I sat back and blinked. That's not where I thought this story was going. So the boy made it? Her face lit up with a smile. Oh, yes, it was the most amazing thing. Right after your husband baptized him, the piece of food came loose. Your husband told the parents he couldn't explain how it happened, since nothing else had been working, but I know. It was the Holy Spirit. He never shared that story with me. Why not, Cam? You told me about enough crazy cases. Why wouldn't you tell me about that one? The nurse smiled at me. He didn't. Well, I'm sure he had his reasons. If you ask him about it, will you find out why he refused the award the hospital tried to give him? We had a whole ceremony planned out, but he wouldn't have it. I would love the chance to do that. But right now he was critically ill, couldn't move his left arm, and was not breathing on his own. Let's just hope I get that chance. She frowned and shook her head. No, I don't hope. I pray. In fact, why don't I bless our food, and then—" A harsh tone coming from the overhead speakers drowned out the rest of her comment. I'd heard that sound before, and I knew what words would soon follow. I hoped it was a fire alarm, or a tornado, or a missing person. Anything but what I feared it was.